Hello there, and welcome to my Yggdra Union Let's Play. I've wanting to do one for a while, and well, no time like the present. But before I begin, let me give you a short intro on the game. If you're here, you might already know what it is, but in case you are new, well, you're in for quite a unique experience. Right, this is a strategy game with a bit of a strange real-time combat element to it, but it's mostly strategy and correctly positioning your units. First released for the GBA, then for the PSP, then for the phone, and lastly for the computer and for the Nintendo Switch. And the version I'm playing right now is the Nintendo Switch version. And before I get into the game, I want to set the sound type to image. There is the original, which is the GBA soundtrack, but I like the image sound set the best. And tutorials on, of course. Don't want to miss those. And controller type A, which works much better. And lastly, pixel filter off. It's just the pixel filter makes everything look uglier. Trust me on that one, you can test it out for yourself, but it's best off without it. So, new game. We can begin the game in easy, normal, or hard. If it's your first time playing it, I strongly recommend normal. But, well, I've played this game many times before, so I'll go with hard mode. The Kingdom of Pantoxinia, located in the center of the continental world. Times of peace and prosperity continued for many years under the Holy Sword. A wise king, but this was not meant to last forever.
During the rule of Ordine, 31st monarch of Fantazinia, the new Bronchian Empire invaded. The royal army mustered its cavalry to resist the incursion, but with loss after loss to the Imperial Army's devastating offensive, the fortress of Corona fell. Nothing could stop Bronchia from sacking the royal capital of Paltina. Golkassa, the Emperor of Carnage, had deposed his predecessor by force and became the new Emperor of Bronchia. Emperor Golkassa led his elite troops personally into Castle Paltina, where after an earth-shaking battle, he slew King Ordine. With that, Paltina fell, and the Scarlet Imperial flag was raised to flutter in the twilight sky.
Chapter 1. The Fugitive Bearing Hope. So, this game has voice acting, as you already witnessed, and I'll mostly let the story and the voice acting play for itself, so you can enjoy it, and I'll enjoy it right alongside you. But there are also parts which the gameplay I will commentate, and a few unvoiced mini scenes on the maps. But let's get to it already. Our first map is located in the center of the map, down south.
At the southernmost tip of the continent is the land of Norn Valley. Although this barren land of rocky mountains and red earth is Fantazinia Kingdom territory, it has become a haunt for thieves. Through this wasteland runs a girl, kicking up a cloud of dust as she flees.
So, Battlefield 1, the Thief's Stronghold. Right. I can press A to continue the dialogue, or I can simply let it play itself by pressing the X button, and the story will play itself.
A dead end?
You can't have gone far. Keep your eyes peeled.
What now? If I don't do something, I'll be caught. Oh, that's... Perhaps I could hide here.
Didn't I see her run this way?
What's wrong?
Forgive me, ma'am. We lost her trail around here.
Are there any likely hiding places nearby? She might have ducked into that old fortress there. All right, torch the place. We'll smoke her out.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a question of what's less painful. Fire or my sword?
Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Huh? Who are you?
That's exactly what I was gonna ask about you.
It's the thieves that infest this dump.
Are they allied with the scum who attacked us?
You've got some nerve burning down our home! We'll show you what we do to anyone who messes with us!
And so, our dashing hero comes to save the princess in distress. Quite literally. The victory conditions for the map are defeat all enemies, and the defeat conditions are if Minor dies or if I use up all my cards. The victory and defeat conditions change from map to map, but they tend to be pretty self-explanatory. These are the battle preps. Right now I can't do anything, so I simply hit Y to confirm. And this is the card select. No important mechanic of the game, but I can only select 5 cards and I only have 5 cards, so once again, no battle preparations there just yet. Confirm everything, and before we begin the map, I can once again check the conditions, or check the map for the rain, geography, the units, and formations, which we'll see later. Let's start already.
Huh. What can a bunch of petty thieves do?
You'll eat those words.
Here we go, the tutorial corner. Man, I haven't seen this one in a while. Alright, let's get him! Attaboy, that's the spirit. But don't be too hasty, you need to pick a card first. A card? Attack this card. The cards are crucial in battle. The cards are crucial in battle, guys. I'll go over this again, so listen up. Everything we can do in one turn is read on the card. Oh, really? Like what? Well, do you see the move? That determines your movement. You mean the number written next to move? You can only move as many steps per turn as the move. Oh, then I'll pick this 12 card and go 12 steps ahead. Wrong! Will you just listen for 1 minute? Movement isn't just yours, it belongs to everyone. If you use all 12 steps, no one else can move an inch. Oh, my bad! I didn't mean to hug the card out to myself. You can use all your movement on one guy if you want, but... going in solo is just cruising for a bruising. Depends on the stage of the game, but... sure. Boss, what's this number next to POW? Oh, that? That's power! Bigger the number, the more damage dealt to the enemy. I get it. Well, you learned all this, boss! What do you mean? Everyone should know this stuff. The basics. Well then, what's this icon? It looks just like my weapon. The Ace type. Are you making all this up? Yes, he is. No! It's the condition for a unit to become the Ace. Use access so... Pick a card with an axe and you'll be that turn's ace. Seriously? Awesome! So what's an ace? You can do various things besides that, but I do know if you numbskulls can understand it all. One more question! Alright, last one. And make it quick. What now? The guys won't tell me what a skill is. Is it, you know, something you eat? What are you talking about? It's a special move. Oh, I knew it! That's so cool! Alright, sorry to burst your bubble, but that stuff is above you guys' level for now. Oh man! Buck up! You'll be able to use them someday. Anyways, pick a card and let's get to it. Here we go! Well, like Miller said, simply pick a card and let's begin combat. But first, another tutorial. Hey, I know you want to get started right away. Let's review movement just to be on the safe side. You mean how to move those units on the field map? Use the directional buttons and move the cursor to a unit. Then, press the B button to display the movement range. You mean those white squares? Yep, you can move anywhere within those panels. Okay, lead the way, boss! Press the directional buttons to move in that direction. To confirm your move, press the B button. Wait, don't tell me. You able to castles, right? Right. Another way is to tap the screen, but this time I will tell it with a controller. Because this is the Nintendo Switch version. And of course, moving one panel takes one movement. That number at the bottom of the card. Yep, that's right. That indicates your remaining movement. Once it hits 0, no one can move anymore for that turn. Don't worry, boss, I'll remember. Alright then, let's go! So, as he said, you can move as many times as you want, and... another tutorial! Man, I don't remember there being so many of them. Anyway, boss, the enemy's nearby! For a few pointers on battle then. First, select the unit you want to lead the attack. Do that by moving the cursor onto it. Can it be anyone? Sure, so long as they are standing next to the enemy. Oh, okay. Maybe I better take notes. Where did I leave my pen? Anyway, after you highlight the unit, press the Y button. The screen will switch to attack mode. How do we decide who to fight? Opponent is automatically selected for adjacent enemies. You can change your opponent with the directional buttons. The headed one, the enemies are listed by name. That's the battle order. That shows the order that the listed units will fight in. How about those icons next to the names, like circle and triangle? Good question, that's the prediction mark. Which is very important, remember that. Circle means you are more likely to win, X means you are more likely to lose. And the, well, completely free triangle means pretty much even. Location, the unit's abilities, weapon affinities, those all factor into the prediction mark rating. Info like this, we can lose! Am I right, guys? No, it's only a prediction. Don't rely too heavily onto it. Sure. If you think you got a good chance, press the B button. That will give you one last confirmation screen. Press the B button there, and it's time for battle. But we can still use the A button to cancel, right? And the answer is yes. We can get ready for a union. Once again, press the B button, or in my case the A button, because I inverse the controllers. But before combat, we can press the B button to cancel it. Because I don't want to fight with Milanor, to fight with Funky. Oh man. Right, that's the CR button, which allows you to undo a move, which resets everything, including tutorials. How fun! And of course, we can skip the tutorial with the B button. You don't have to witness them every time. And this is why I want to start the fight with Funky. Because Milanor is stronger, I want him to be next to this other enemy. So, enough being said, let's begin the fight. On your left side, it's the conditions for winning. When the number of members on either side reaches 0, the battle ends. The remaining side is victorious. The attacking team will start with an initial charge. The defending unit will then counterattack. After that, hand-to-hand combat will begin. Damage dealt is determined by affinity. There are 9 levels. The most advantageous is the red star, and the least advantageous is the gray X. This is extremely important. Massively important. Remember this. You can always consult it on the pause screen, but it's best to get used to it as soon as possible. Even if your affinity is good, other factors can still put you at a disadvantage. You cannot control combat directly, but later in the game, you can influence your battle affinity. You will be able to change tactics and use skill cards. So if I simply wait for it to end, I should win because I have the greater battle affinity. The yellow circle against the green line. And of course, the victory screen. The losing unit's morale will decrease based on the result of battle. Right now, there is not much to say about it other than the more HP you have when you win a fight, the more damage you will deal. All these numbers, we'll see to them later. When a unit's morale reaches 0, it is defeated. So, a unit's morale will decrease when they lose in battle. The unit will disappear from the map if it reaches 0. Be careful, because the loss of certain characters may end your game. For example, Milanor, as we saw in the battle conditions. And because we won that engagement, the card power went up from 1000 to 1040. A card's power will increase in accordance to the morale damage inflicted on the enemy. By increasing a card power, you can deal greater morale damage to the enemy. This is important because some cards rely entirely on power and not on their skill effect, which we can't use anyway. Woo! We won, boss! Nice job, Donkey. Was there ever any doubt? We'll never lose to those weaklings. Still, we're on a roll! Come on, let's keep the streak going! Well, you can't. You can only battle once per turn. Oh, then we just gotta sit on our hands? No, you can still move if you've got movement left. Just the unit that did battle who can't. Oh, but that's why the lead attacker unit is great. Once you're done with everything, press the CL button displayed in the field. Hey, another confirmation screen! That's the one! Press the B button to end the turn. Right, so this is where I wanted to put Milnor, this guy right here. By pressing the B button, you can see his status screen, and as you can see, he has more big stars than Flunky, and that's why he is stronger. These two are our opponents, the Assassin and the Valkyrie. The Assassin is relatively weak because it has a low attack stat, while the Valkyrie is okay in strength because of the 2 stars attack stat. Only the big stars count. You can ignore the tiny stars. That's why Milnor is stronger than Flunky. Enough said. I press CL and end my turn. You don't need to use all your movement. And this is why I wanted Milnor right there. Time for the enemy to charge me and I countercharge them. Milnor being stronger can take charges better. But as you saw right there, I was unable to countercharge. This is because bow units cannot be countercharged. But of course, even still, because this is the first map of the game, I should win. And the Assassin is fighting even with us. You can see the yellow circle on the Assassin and the yellow circle on Milnor. We both have the same battle affinity, so we're both going even. And this is the post screen, which I opened by pressing X, and you can always console the battle affinity charge right here in case you want to see it. Very helpful. The most important thing about battle affinity is that I tend to refer to them by numbers. So going forward, I will no longer be saying red star, yellow circle, green line, blue triangle, or gray X. Instead, I will be referring to them by numbers. Red star is +4, the green line is +0, and the X is -4. Most of the time you will be at a +2 battle affinity or a +0 battle affinity, the yellow square or the green line. But first, let's simply win.
Get lost!
Because Milnor is that strong. And down goes the Assassin. Different units have different skills, such as the power of the bow units to not be counter-attacked when charging. But we'll see them as the game goes on. Now, I have 4 cards left, but I only need one really. It's this one with the second strongest power, in order to deal with the boss. These 2 cards, they are completely useless. Don't ever bother choosing them. No tutorial anymore. Thanks. Come on, I'll show you a real fight! Such impertinence! And of course, we can begin combat against our Valkyrie friend right here. And the battle prediction says that we are slightly favored to lose, because we have a hollow triangle instead of the field triangle. But we'll win. Number 1, because Milnor is stronger. And number 2, because we initiated combat. And the one who initiates combat is generally favored to win. This is very important. Try to always be the one initiating combat.
Get lost!
And so we won. That right there, it's not a feat, it's a boss after all. But we won the fight, and we got 21 points instead of 40. Why is that the case? Well, the amount of power depends of how... The amount of power a card gains depends of how hard you won and on whether or not you defeat the enemy unit. Normally defeating the enemy is the part which gives you the most amount of points. Still think we're just a bunch of petty thieves? He's good. Now, before I end my turn, there is a purpose to our extra movement, and it is to explore the map. By exploring the map, we can find items. There was no ink there, but I can simply undo my moves, search other places. The undo button is one of the best quality of life changes ever added to the game. And we found something on the bumpy road. Boss, we found something! Found this boar. The fugitive bearing hope must have dropped this. And I can even press the R and pick it up again. Of course, you only get this item once, just like the tutorial. With that, I end my turn, and let the enemy fight against me. Right before. We should lose such an engagement, but we won't. Why? Because this is the tutorial. Also, if you may have noticed, the music is different. Each character has a different battle theme, normally cards for this, and I really like all of them. Most named characters have a unique sortie, and even most generic enemies have different sorties, depending on if they are part of the Imperial faction or independent. The music in this game is really good. Anyway, we won the map, fended off the enemy, and Milanor achieved his revenge.
What do you think of that, huh?
Well, alright. Autoplay.
They're stronger than we thought. Accursed thief! Withdraw the troops! We're pulling out!
And our victory string, together with the excellent quick clear bonus. This is a very important mechanic of this game that you may or may not use. It's not exactly needed, but it helps a lot. The quick clear bonus is given to you when you clear a map fast enough under a certain amount of turns. And so once you clear the map, it'll give 2 points to a random stat of the character which deal the most amount of morale damage in that map. In this case, it was Milanor. That's why he gets 2 points in attack. And the MVP varies from map to map, of course, and I will be putting it in the bottom left corner. Right now, for the first map is it 6 or 4 turns? It was 4, it was 4. Give the Spoils of War, and we get the Iron Choker. And we also get a new card. The Revolution card, given to us by the Valkyrie we just defeated. O Valkyrie of Doom Rebellion, in the depths of despair, sing us to victory. Right now, it won't help us at all, but once we get the card skills, it will be actually worthwhile.
Everyone's still standing. Come and gather round. They knew what they were doing. We lost a few men. Hey, you in there! I know you're hiding in there. It's safe to come out now. You're a pretty one. What are you doing here?
Isn't she a survivor from Castle Paltina?
What? So, those guys were from Bronchia's army?
Please, I have nowhere else to turn. I need your help to defeat the Empire.
Our help, eh? Well, it won't come cheap. I'll think about it if you give me that sword of yours.
This sword is precious to me. I'll not part with it, but I can give you anything else. Name your price.
Anything? Oh, that's a lot to offer.
I am Princess Yggdra of Fantazinia. If you aid me, you have my word as royalty.
All right. How about your castle? We need a new base, you see.
Very well. Although right now it's being occupied by the Empire.
We'll just have to steal it back from them, won't we? I couldn't stay here even if the fort was still standing.
We've already picked a fight with the Empire after all.
Then, begging your pardon, Mr.
Millenor's the name. You've got a deal, Princess.
Thank you.
Let's move out, everyone. Is that sword all you've got to defend yourself? You don't have anything else?
Well, I have these.
Hey, cards! These'll help.
This is the 1st Cavalry's. The other is from the 2nd Cavalry. They are from the knights who gave their lives for me.
Then we'll make use of these against Bronchia. It'll put their souls to rest.
Yes, I believe so too. I hear these cards hold an ancient power within them. I must borrow those powers now. Only with them can I make all of our wishes a reality.
That's right.
And so, we get 2 more cards. Banish, which is it's an okay card. And Sanctuary, one of my personal favorites. So, that was the first map, and we can save after every map clear. Save twice. That was relatively easy and simple, because it was the first map, but from the second map onwards it is where things get more exciting, because we'll finally be able to get more control. So, we continue a little bit to the right.
Millenor and his men were able to drive off the invaders who attacked their fort. In the process, they saved the ousted Princess Yggdra from the Imperial army, ensuring that from then on, their steps would be constantly hounded by the Imperial forces. Millenor left the burnt husk of a fort and headed with Yggdra to the Orlando Plains, where the Royal Cavalry supposedly waited. At the jaws of the wolf, connecting the Norn Valley and the Orlando Plains, mercenaries working for the Empire lay in wait for Millenor's gang of thieves.
Battlefield 2, Jaws of the Wolf.
So your main force is at the Orlando Plains?
Yes. We tried using them as decoys to cover my escape, but it seems the Imperial army saw through our ruse.
So they took out your guards and left you defenseless? You do stand out. I doubt they were fooled for a minute.
I see. Well, meeting up with the main army will help.
It'll be faster if we take the Jaws of the Wolf.
Jaws of the Wolf?
It's a tough route. Not many people go through there. That's why they won't be expecting us to do it.
Except they do. Mercenaries stand in the way.
Commander, there's a force coming our way.
What? Oh, it's just the thieves we ran into yesterday. We're after a noblewoman and her troops. Not those dirty vagabonds. Forget them. You want another ass-whooping like yesterday?
But the ones following our girl were beaten by thieves.
Maybe they kidnapped the princess for the reward. Fine then. I'm still sore from last time. But I guess we gotta do it. All right, let's introduce ourselves. Don't let them get away.
Right. The conditions are different this time. We have to defeat Inzaghi, the leader of the mercenaries standing in our way. And this time the defeat conditions are if Mjolnir or Yggdra are defeated. If their morale reaches 0. And that is because both Yggdra and Mjolnir are protagonists. And once again, there is not really much we can do in the battle prep, nor the card selection. So let's simply get to it.
Boss, it's the enemy!
The Imperial flag. Shh. How'd they get here first?
Those men, they're not of the regular army. They must be mercenaries working for Bronchia.
Mercenaries? Think it's the same ones we met yesterday? You'd think they'd have learned by now. All right, let's thrash these guys and go on through.
Huh?
They're not paid enough to die for Bronchia. You'll see.
Is that the way of things?
Either way, we have to get through here. Which means a fight, whether they like it or not. Let's go!
Right. The Shattered Princess meets for the first time the Streetboy Steve and how things work. Now, for the first map, before we pick a card, we can press B to see the field. I will only be moving 3 spaces with Yggdra and 3 spaces with Leonor, so the mind change should be enough. But I want to use a banish in order to make the power stronger. And as you can see, there is no more Flunky. We lost Flunky, he was only there for the tutorial. How unfortunate. Maybe, if only there was a way for him to be there. Maybe next time. And before we begin combat, I want to pay attention to the weapon types. Before we only had 2 axe users. This time we have the sword user Yggdra and the axe user Leonor. The weapon triangle is present in this game. By pressing the L button, we can open the menu and we can see the weapon types. From top to bottom, they are sword, spear, axe, bow, rod or staff, lump, scythe, and book. Right, and this indicates in which state are they advantageous, equal, or disadvantageous. You never see the last 3, you only need to know from sword to rod how the battle affinities work. And if you're familiar with Fire Emblem, you should know that sword beat axes, axes beat lances, and lances beat swords. Pretty self-explanatory if you see the chart. That's why I want this position. So that a sword unit faces a sword and an axe faces an axe. And they are even, except that I should win since Yggdra is stronger than this fencer and Mjolnir is stronger than this bandit. So, with our protagonist Yggdra, let's see how well she does in combat. now on, the skill gauge will be displayed during battle. Estimating first, the gauge is pivotal in the use of skill. Currently, you cannot use skills, so only tactic changes will be explained. You can either enter aggressive mode by holding the right button, and then your attack power will increase. Certain units may even gain elemental properties. However, these modes deplete the gauge, so you will need to charge it. You can enter passive mode by holding the left button. Your skill gauge will slowly rise, but your attack power will decrease. Build your gauge with passive mode and attack with aggressive mode. Make use of the two modes to give yourself the advantage. Right now, there is no reason for us to do anything other than go aggressive. And when going aggressive, Yggdra gains the Holy Element. An important thing about going aggressive is that it raises your battle affinity by exactly 2 stages. That's why if you pay attention,
Thank you, everyone.
we were at +0 battle affinity. We are at +0 battle affinity right now, but we are at +2 before when we are aggressive. And that's an easy victory. Another thing to mention that you may have noticed is that Yggdra did not receive any damage from counter charges. Why is that? Well, that's because of her skills. First, I press the B button to see the status, and then I press the C button to see the description. Here we can see Yggdra's different attributes. The only one that matters is the one on the bottom right that says block counter. This is a skill granted to her by her equipped item, the Silk Corset. And the effect is, as you just saw, it prevents counter charges from hurting you. So you really want to always initiate attacks with Yggdra. Meanwhile, Leonor has no such skill, so he will suffer counter charges. That's why I want him to be attacked, because he's strong enough to handle that. So let's end our turn and let the enemies charge us. That battle prediction was close for Leonor and -1 the bandit.
Come on, then! I'm not going down!
The enemy also has a gauge called the Rage Ray. Slowly fills during battle, and there are 3 levels. During normal mode, the gauge is not filled. In Rage mode, the gauge is filled once, and the enemy's attack will be more powerful. The enemy will gain exactly 1 point of battle affinity. The enemies will also gain elemental properties. Once the gauge reaches max level, it has filled twice, and the enemy will get +2 battle affinity, similar to us going aggressive. The enemy's attack power increases dramatically. Also, another thing is that we have +2 battle affinity while our opponent has +0. This is all thanks to Leonor's skill, Wasteland Combat, which we can also see in the pause menu. Very nice. This Wasteland Combat skill, or Wasteland Happy as it states in the skill description, gives Leonor +2 battle affinity as long as he's on Wasteland. That's why we have such a massive advantage. And we go aggressive, and we reach +4 battle affinity. Right there. Whoops. Right there. See? The enemy had green circles. That's because he was at +1 battle affinity from the rage gauge. We win, and we get 40 points. Right, this time I want as much movement as possible. So the steel card. Because I want to visit this village. The Thieves' Den. Who the hell are you? A Thieves' Den, huh? Miller? Silver Wolf? Of the Jaws of the Wolf? Think I'll take this while I'm here. Move it! Ah! And like that, I have exactly enough movement to move adjacent to this enemy, Inzaghi, the mercenary boss which we have to defeat. Come, I'll show you a real fight! Finally, a rematch! And as you can see, it is slightly favored for us to win against Inzaghi because of our wasteland combat skill, which make us very strong on wasteland terrain. Not only that, but it also gives us stronger geographical defense. We get plus 10 while Inzaghi and the others get 0. White terrain is very important. As long as Minori is in wasteland terrain, he's pretty much invincible. Also, we'll get into what this 10% means once it matters. Anyway, normally I will attack Inzaghi, but I really want to power up the steel card as much as possible. So I will simply destroy one of his minions instead. And this minion does not have the wasteland combat skill because he's a bandit, while Millinors is the straight thief class. Main character privileges.
Alright, here we go! Now you did it!
Once again, simply use up my entire aggressive bar and defeat the enemy. No reason to hold on to it.
Get lost!
Now I can simply end my turn and let Inzaghi attack me. He should have the advantage this time, but Milner is strong enough to handle him.
Now here I come!
I'm not going down!
Right! See? Pay attention to the bad affinity. Inzaghi is at +2, and I am at +2. Well, Milner is at +2. Why is this the case? This is because of the wasteland combat skill. This is why the wasteland happy or wasteland combat skill is extremely important. In fact, all these terrain combat skills are extremely important because they can turn matchups completely. Normally, I will be at -2 at the blue triangle because axes are bad against swords and swords are good against axes. But because of wasteland combat, I'm at +2, exactly even with Inzaghi. And even if he goes aggressive, I should win because I have 3 attack and Inzaghi has 2. And I will not have 3 attack if I didn't get the +2 from the last map. So this victory was all thanks to the MVP on the last map. Already putting in work, huh? That's another one for me. Don't let it go to your head, punk! Big tag for someone I've just trashed again. Right, this time I want to train up Sanctuary. Can I? Yes, I can do it. That's enough power. And once again, I'm going to be absolutely greedy and defeat the mercenary with Yggdra instead. And let Minor handle Insagi next to his wasteland combats here. And Yggdra defeats the sword user pretty easily because she initiated charge and because she has the block counter skill of her item. That is a bit too close for comfort.
Thank you, everyone.
The disadvantage of the skill gauge. The enemy was able to reach +2 battle affinity while we're always at 0. So you may think that the enemy has an unfair advantage, but you will eventually see that the rage gauge is not always an advantage to the enemy. Anyway, in the return, let Insai defeat himself. That was a very strong charge, so I should be defeated this time. Unless of course that +3 attack pulls me through, which I doubt it will. Will it? Come on, come on, come on! Ah!
No one can beat me. No one.
Unfortunate. That's why you always want to attack first. My greed got in the way. But it's fine. That means I have more chances to train up other cards. Such as Revolution, the card we got from the Valkyrie last turn. Sorry, princess, but you're coming with me! Touch me and I shall strike you down! Ooh, scary! Your tiny arms can handle that sword? It is a pretty big sword. Status is I press B. No, if I press Y, you can see the artwork. That is a pretty big sword. Is it? I think it's bigger than Yggdra herself. And of course, Minor also has that weird thing, scimitar thing that counts like an axe for some reason. Anyway. Normally, I should initiate combat with Yggdra. You should win against Insagi. But you see our stats right there, which you see Gen, Attack, Tech, and Lock. They matter. Right from chapter 2. Insagi has a lock of 2, Yggdra has a lock of 1, Minor has a lock of 3. This influences whether or not Insagi will drop his item, the leather hat. In order to make him drop the leather hat, I have to defeat him with a character that has equal or higher luck than him. In this case, I can only defeat him with Minor in order to get his item. So I will be doing that even though Yggdra should be able to defeat him. But once again, that wasteland couple skill putting in work. And this should be an easy victory.
lost!
Better luck next time. And so, we defeat Inzaghi. End of the enemy. Inzaghi's mercenaries were annihilated.
Damn! You're no ordinary thief!
You still want to go at it?
I'll remember this, punk. You just wait!
With the tail between his legs.
Alright, let's hurry onward.
Oh, okay.
Damn Inzaghi. Did he abandon his post again?
It seems he was defeated by a pack of thieves.
Huh, some mercenary. You can't trust outsiders. Well, I guess we know what that means. It's time for Leon the Black Knight to get his hands dirty.
Oh boy! And so, our victory and defeat conditions have changed. We have to escape this time. Sometimes Battlefield will have changing scenarios, and our victory and defeat conditions will change. In fact, most of them do. So you best get used to it. Especially when we encounter nasty surprises,
More of them.
such as ambush spawns.
That's a big group.
That's General Leon. Melanor, they're Imperial Knights.
This is bad. There's way too many of them.
Then, what shall we do?
Everyone, head for the jaws! Move it!
9 movement. Thankfully it's used up between all those units. If it was only this guy alone, he could reach Yggdra and defeat her. Why? Because he is a lance user. Lances beat swords. Now, looking at these heavy knights, they're actually not that scary. Even the boss, Leon himself. Melanor could defeat them all on his own. But of course, that's not the story. We have to run away from the Empire from now and regroup. And we'll do so with our lovely card, the movement card Steel. Alright, that was the leather hat dropped by Inzaghi. To the victor the spoils. You can step on a tile in order to pick up the item. Or you can simply leave it there. And it will be given to us at the end of the map, as long as the enemy doesn't pick it up. Which he won't, because the map is already over. Here at last! We made it! Escape danger. Escape through the jaws of the wall.
Right about here. Now!
Ha! I've got your back, Melanor.
Huh? What?
That should do it.
What in the...
Sir Leon, the path has been blocked. We can't follow them.
Damn it! Rotten thief!
And so,
That's nothing!
we clear the map. Just fast enough to get an MVP. And in the spoils of war, we found the leather hat, which Inzaghi dropped. And we also get his card, the Banshee's Cry. I summon thee, Warrior of the Dead, let thy shriek pierce the enemy's heart.
That was a close one, huh?
Still on the map, still on the site that was broken off by the mysterious girl.
That woman, the one on the griffin, is she an acquaintance of yours?
Yeah, why? Come on, let's hurry and find your army.
Ah, yes, let us go.
And so, that was the second battlefield. We got to see more proper combat with weapon triangle and whatnot. And we got to play with our two protagonists, Yggdra and Milanor. Because despite the game being named Yggdra Union, Milanor is just as important. He is by far the best unit in your army. With that being said, I think this is enough for the moment. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching and have a nice day!